Hello everyone, let's play chess game. You can send me challenge. Okay, 1 minute and we will start. That's just a little bit lagging, not problem. Okay, let's open chess.com and start this game. OBS is very much gigabyte because that's a little bit creating this lag. But 3 minutes or 2, that will be okay. And before that, say how's your time going, and before we will start it. Okay, everything okay, and let's start play. Let's first play 3 minute game here. We can open with the knight, and if I let's take with c pawn, yes, because I don't wanna open this e pawn because maybe this pawn will disturb me somehow. Okay, that can't be threat. This queenside pawn seems actually hanging. Let's take one of them, and a2 pawn is actually still hanging. Let's attack on the queen, and this pawn is also hanging. He's playing very aggressive, you know. Now I'm up 3 pawns, but he's trying to activate his position. Okay, that's still a move. I can't take, right? I will lose the queen. And also my time is low. I check. This also can't be good because he's threatening from g7. The only way that I'm protecting that's besides queen d7. And now I'm trying this. I could even try to check. No, I can't for sure. Let's go and I will protect this pawn. They still protect it. And I'm open the queen, so now I can take this pawn on f2, yes. He played also very good. I don't have to take. This is a move that double attack here. I will bring the rook on e8 and have this good diagonal. a6 can happen. Let's bring king to f7 because now after this, let's be sure that all squares are protected. knight c4, and I would take this pawn on b2. Let's go back, and this is defended, right? Okay, we won him. Let's let's play another 3-minute game here. We'll play e4 this time. We are playing French defense here. Now we are, and he's responding like French defense. That's a very typical opening for this. I could even try to go c3, d4 and not to take that pawn, but that's still okay. He's trying to take this pawn on a5, which is a little bit weak, as I will say. So knight b5 is a move, and before that I would like to bring my bishop on f4, because after knight b5, and I will try knight d6, and after this trade I will take with a pawn, and that pawn will be so disturbing him. But because now this square is defended, we will go a3 after knight c6, then we can jump here, and that's what we trade. Okay, I would like to go b4 to kick his bishop, and then play knight d6. That's with a check. I will say he has to take that. Then I will try to bring maybe knight on g5 or e5. I don't know which one can be good here, but that still will be okay, because that's attacking on h5. I will try to bring it and mate. If not, I will try to create some threads here. This should be good, even this pawn will do great job here, if I can keep it until endgame. Okay, queen h5 is a move. I expected h6 and kick the knight, because the knight can do great job here, why not? I could try to trade and with sacrificing the bishop, and then knight g5, that should be made from h7. I'm not sure he can defend that, because he's not a good player, and I don't mean that. I'm saying that he can't just bring another piece to defend that. He can be good player actually, but it should be hard. I will take with a g-pawn, because after he will take, I'm threatening rook g1 mate. Maybe I needed to queen takes h6 first, because he can't just move his king after that, but that's not a problem. This is a move. He has to trade. And then h6 will be hanging. After take that pawn, rook g1 is a check. He will gonna sacrifice the queen to protect that position. If not, that's mate. Okay, very nice game. What if d4 this time? Let's try to play Catalan defense. I'm giving this c4 pawn completely, but I will take it after some moves later. And even he don't have to take that. They're still hanging. Maybe in the future we can try to go b3 and bishop b2, yes. Let's take the pawn, because we can create some threats with, I don't know, maybe e4. Let's kick the knight on that square, because that's, I will say, blocking this bishop. And d5 can be a move, yes. and that's still okay. He's gonna lose material here, because if he moves the knight, that's attacking the bishop, and he lost that. Okay, that's a move I would expect it, but that's not a problem because I'm up a figure, and that's even not a threat. He blunders his knight on e4. He blundered even with knight e4. I thought he would move his knight, but now he's down 2 figures. The only way that he can make progress, that resign and try to play another game. These all squares are defended. Okay, not d3, but I don't think there can be some threats. And now I will block this diagonal and take with a knight, yes? Because my bishop is still here. I don't wanna move it. I'm opening the bishop and the knight, I'm centralizing that. Knight e7. Okay, the bishop is under attack here. Let's bring it back. He's also low on time. What if check and take? Okay, he's not even trying to take. So let's check with a queen. I'm offering queen to 8 here. Okay, he's blundering his first piece. He's even not resigning here. I don't know why. That's gonna be mate, right? Oh, okay, I even blundered that, but that's not a problem. Even I can suck the queen. Very well played. Let's play one more game. I won't take. Just my pawns will be very weak in the center. That because I don't wanna trade some pawns there when he offered with c4. Because after that, his bishop would be active over here. That's why you need to be careful not activate his pieces. d3 is a move. I will block this bishop. Can I try it or not? I think even after that c4 is a move to overprotect this pawn on d3, yes? What should I do? Okay, he's weakening his position a little bit, so I can use it as an advantage and try to go forward, yes? Mistake will be mistake that will activate his queen, which I don't wanna see. Bishop g4, h3 will come. And after h3, g3 can be a little bit weak. I will try to use that weakness. f5 will take a bishop from here. So let's take 2 pawns from here. We bring a piece into the game. So I don't know what he's trying to do. This c4 is a hanging. The only way to protect bishop back. Let's play queen e7. He can even take this pawn. That should be blunder from me and even from him, because I'm thinking that he would face the move here. Let's protect this c4 pawn because he's trying to take the bishop on a6 with the knight. Okay, that will be made, so let's be careful about that. G6 is the only way to protect that, right? Okay, rook jumps. I will blunder the rook. Okay, I blundered the queen. So bad, I don't see that coming. Now let's play one more game here. English opening, yes. Very good opening, very likely Sicilian defense, like black. I'm offering from a pawn trade here. I will take with a f pawn. He is not trying to take. d3 to stop this pawn. And I will try g3, bishop g2, because that c and d4 pawn is d4 pawn is gone too far and c pawn isn't here. So he can't just protect this bishop file from pushing pawns forward c3 and d5. That should be good for me. What if knight b5? a6 is a really good protective move. And rook b1, I will try to bring my figures on queenside. Okay, it's taking and damage my pawn structure, but now this should be open position for me. The rooks can do great job here, so try to use that. Bishop g5, there is a very good tactic. If he takes the knight, that should be a piece down for me, so let's not try to do that. Let's go h3, I would be happy if he take. Okay, he's taking here, and because my queen is a little bit deceptive than him, I'm offering queen trade. Okay, that's very nice. Bishop b4, because that's in a really good position. He can also take. Okay, I will have doubled my pawn star. Let's bring these pieces into a queenside, because even my bishops are working there very nicely. Bishop d6 is a move. Is it gonna work? Before rook b1, I could even play that. But now I will try bishop d6. He can protect this like this, right? But a4, don't know. The difference is he can take maybe in a... Okay, he did. Or is that blunder? My time is low, you know? Because that if he takes the bishop, I will check and offer rook trade. He knows that that's why he's not taking. His knight is hanging, and also I will try to go bishop d5 to pin this. Okay, e5 is hanging so much hanging figures here. Let's check and bring the rook on 7th rank. G5 can be moved and bishop f3 check. Now I still can't. Let's go back and bishop e4. I will attack on his rook and pawn on g6. That should be made in some moves later. Okay, that's made. King h7 only move, and I won that game. Very nice game. Let's play Vienna Gambit. I will try castle here. That's maybe not the best move, because I have to take with a pawn. But my position will be active there. What are you thinking about that? Maybe I can even force him to take, which he doing anyway. d3 and f4, right? Because I would take with a bishop here. Let's create some defense, because that's can be open check and he should win material from there. Now f4 can be moved. If I take, that should be active for him. The queen will just open and I will try to make there. Let's get out of this pin. So now maybe I can take and bishop f4, right? f7 is hanging too, but that's a little bit risky to take. c6 will kick my bishop, but will be a little bit weakening his position. I will try to bring bishop g3 and queen f4, right? Because that will be very nice idea there. And even can I sacrifice the queen? Sorry, the bishop. I think not yet. I'm threatening queen f4. But I think that's not a threat, right? Because bishop d6 and my attack will be over. So c3. His knight can be a little bit tricky in my position. So let's be sure that's not in my position. Okay, let's do that. What if trade and d4? I have to trade? I think not, so let's not do that. I will still can maybe use that bishop. Even d5, yes. I will take with a bishop, and how we can take that? d6. Okay, e4 is hanging. Okay, that's with a check, right? The bishop is hanging. because I have this passed pawn, I won't gonna resign. Let's get some trade and bring the rook on e7. But d7 is protecting with 3 pieces. That's will be a little bit hard to do something here. Bishop b8, try to take that pawn, I will go b4. Okay, he's not trying to do that. Knight d7, right? Because if he plays some other move, I could go forward. Okay, he missed that. Okay, 0.1. I lost because that I could take the pawn and that should be draw. Let's go back, maybe 94 can be moved in this position. Let's still not do that. If he takes the pawn, sorry, the bishop, I will take with the h pawn, and I will try to castle queen side and create attack on this king side for pushing my pawns, because his that king side is a really good protected. I have to bring some trades here because that square was overprotected. Okay, I'm a little bit troubled here. Let's castle and he will be up in exchange, but I'm happy to see his figures aren't defending anything here. That's not bringing with him some attacking ideas. I don't need to take, so the e6 will be open for me. He took the knight. I don't know if it's right or not. I will try to bring the rook on g8 square. Okay, not now. I didn't see that coming. Let's bring this very good square for defense. And what if knight takes? Yes, because he traded the bishop from b3, and that's why that pawn was under attack. Queen f3 or rook g3. I think I need to bring that rook on g3 square, because I will create some threats here. Okay, I would blunder this. Let's not blunder that and protect with queen e2, because I would like to bring my rook on g3. But that can't work in this position, because he would just fork my king and the queen. Another attack over here. Let's kick the knight. I will open his position like that. Let's sacrifice the rook here. I'm expecting knight takes c3, because that should be open attack. Like, my rook would be hang after that. That was a little bit risky, maybe he saw that move. Because you always need to follow this open attacks and even open checks, which is really good if you are if you can do it. And knight f5 will do his job great, because that bishop is hyperactive over here, and that's under attack, which he is missing. Bishop a3, and okay, let's bring it now, because his queen is under attack, he can't take the knight. And what if knight back? Knight f5. That's still okay. What if sacrifice material? Maybe I need to go queen d2. I can't understand this move. Don't ask me to explain that. I will say that's a move that's not giving something him. Just pawn push, and that's all. I will try to untouble my pawns. Let's take with a b pawn right. Okay, I saw that that's coming, so I know even how to protect that. That's still protected. And this b2 pawn isn't a problem here. Bishop c3, I can create even attack over here. That should be nice diagonal for it. How can I attack somehow? This e6 pawn is protected by the rooks. Okay, he resigned because he was down a full piece here. He is like accepting his death. Okay, no problem. Now let me sit c down, right? Let's bring our pieces in the center and pressure these pawns. G5, G4, right? If they are taking my pawn on f5, I am creating this huge attack over here. Now this pawn is hanging. With bishop here, I will blunder another pawn. Let's push forward. If you can't defend, just attack. Okay, that's probably good for me, because if he moves the knight, d4 will be hang after that. I will take this, and that should be trade, right? If he takes with a queen, that should be blunder. Let's see how he gonna take. Okay, he's not even trying to take. Let's go back to not blunder this knight, because I will check if he takes, queen will be hanging, because the knight front defend that after that moves was coming. So I'm up a pawn and my kingside pawns pushed forward. I will try to use it. He's preventing me from castle, but I didn't even try that. Let's bring my bishop on this d5 square to protect this d5, because now bishop g5, right? Yes, let's go bishop g5, because if I trade it like last game, I should miss something from there. Well, now we can really take that. I think that should be only normal. I think my position is very good over here. Let's push this h5 pawn, because I can try even to bring another pieces into the game. Always follow attacking moves. Okay, if I go rook c8, after this trade, that can't good for me, so we have to sacrifice the rook here. Let's offer this rook for him, and he's closing his position. Okay, rook c8, take the bishop. Now that's not a problem, because he took with the f pawn. I will check, and now my rook is safe. Let's even attack like this and take this pawn on e4. Sorry, e5. f5 will be protect, and that's all. I have very good attack on it, so I think I can take with the knight. Okay, the knight is under attacking. Mine too, but I will take, and he should be lost if he take that, because rook c1, even queen c1 would be made there. Okay, see, I missed. I have a very low time. He will try to check and mate. I think that's gonna work, right? But I will say that's the only move that maybe I can trick him somehow. Okay, that's a losing for me. Let's send him rematch. Another elephant Sicilian here. e5, not a problem, you can play it. Just be sure that can't be huge problem if opponent goes knight d5. because he will centralize that. Now you can castle. And e5 can be moved, right? I will bring the pieces over the center. And even rook e8. Let's bring other pieces into the game. I would like to play like that. Queen d1 can be trade. So let's trade and take with d7 knight, because now my bishop is open now. That should be made if I take. Let's attack on his rook. I think that's the right time to resign. He's playing Catalan defense here. Let's take this pawn. And bishop e7, right? That's a very good protectively square. Okay, let's take one more time, and here we are up a pawn. I'm offering queen trade because somehow he can use that bishop and queen to attack and weaken his b7 pawn, even if I try to somehow bring this bishop on in the game. Bishop d7 is also moved there, but that will block the knight from activation on d7. So let's block, and now just bishop f5 can be very nice move here. Just let's take some control over his squares and attack on the knight. Yes, this should be okay. I can't push these pawns forward because his queenside isn't very active over here. Just a4, and I will create this passed pawn from a4. That should be okay. Okay, he's offering trade, but if bishop c3, just he will create some attacking ideas, so trade will be very simple in this position. That's, I think, the right time to activate the knight and bring another rook. Okay, I thought that. That's why I preparing for rook c8. Let's go d3 or not? I'm not sure, but I have to keep my bishop on the game, because this is really doing his job great, because even his knight is very destructive on square on h4. That's all attacking squares are defended. So he would like to go knight f3, and from d6 that will be very hilarious. Okay, he's trying to double my pawns. Okay, even I lost that, but that's not a problem because now I have 3 passed pawns here. If we trade, I will be happy. Okay, we are not doing that, so rook a2 is a move. The rook isn't attacking this pawn on c6, so we can easily bring another rook. Is this pawn gonna drop or not? I'm still not sure, but let's bring the knight into the game. Let's trade and knight c4, yes? let's fork this and try to play rook a1. Maybe we can take the bishop from here, besides that move which is attacking on it. I have two passed pawns in this position, so I would like to push it forward after rook c2. Just this is the move. Okay, check. This is hanging. Here, 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 here. Okay, I can still win there, you know. I think I will take his rook here, because after c3, b2, rook b3 check, and I will make a new queen. We have to sacrifice the rook over here. But also my time is a little bit low, so I will try some pre-moves here. Okay, that's a one move ahead, I think, being made, because this a7 is also protected. But he can't do, because I will just take. That should be GG. I'm still not winning here, you know. But his endgame skists isn't that good. I don't know, I have some something like that seems me he's not good at endgames. So I will just push this, and the best thing in endgames to keep the knight, to keep the king in active squares and disturb from his plans. Take, that should be queen. Okay, that's still not good. Let's see if he can win or not. Okay, he can make another queen, yes. Okay, I lost this game. I was up a rook there, I think. Okay, let's see. That's a draw. Very good. Let's play d4 this time. Catalan defense, right? Knight d2 is a move, and after this trade, okay, let's take it back and see. My knight is doing. My knights are doing great job here. So now that's under attack. Let's trade, and he did mistake because he will lose this pawn on c6. So let's go it back. b3 to protect the knight, and also I can activate my bishop to e2. To b2 because e4, e5, that can be idea, but if I go e4 and he will try to some e5 move that will block my light square bishop, which can't be good in my position. Okay, let's trade. Anyway, I'm up a pawn. I think we haven't another variant that we can play. e5, yes. Because back, just f4 and nice pawn chain there. Okay, that's attacking too. So still let's defend. King h1 would lose immediately after rook f2. He won't take exchange. he would take a free rook. We need to get some activation over here. Even bishop f3, yes. Or not. I'm not sure about that. Okay, now I can't take it. I would try to take this pawn. Now my bishop is pinned, and because I can take, that's also protected. Okay, he is giving that anyway. I think he could try bishop back. That should be at least draw. I can even bring it back and reputate that moves. But I don't need, because here I'm up a figure. If I don't up a figure, I will just trade, and that should be okay. Okay, now that's under attack. That's not hard to defend, just I will block this rook way. That's a really nice vision here, I will say. Now let's get this king on e3, because that's not a pin, we can trade. Okay, he's winning a pawn there. I will try to take that pawn if I can do that. Just I will block that pawn. And anyway, that will gonna drop because I'm up a bishop. Okay, let's defend that. He's creating so much pins in this game. Let's go e4 because this b1 square is defended after take and this b2 open check. We can't create a new queen over here. Let's go king f2 to not blunder this g3 pawn and create some issues over there. Take will be mistake. We would make a new queen, so let's block that way. If I trade all these pawns, that gonna be draws, so let's not do that. Okay. The therefore was unprotected when I brought my king on c2. g4 f5 on 4, because if I trade the pawns, that should be draw, right? And now I don't care if he takes that g3 pawn, because now I have these passed pawns, I'm gonna make a queen, and that's one pawn is enough. Okay, let's check, and we are getting this right. This pawn's gonna drop. Okay, he lost on time. I would make him some moves later if that's not gonna happen. Let's play e4. Okay, he's trying French defense here. Let's see what he can do here. Very passive moves, I think. That's somehow not trying to activate his position, which would be probably good for me, I'm not sure. Okay, he's trying to beat me with this very bad opening, like all these pawns on 6th rank. That's not activity. He's trying to block this position, maybe. Lot of players are doing that when they are positional players. That should be only reason he's playing it. Let's go 94 because I don't wanna trade. He would bring his pieces forward, and if he takes, my pawn structure will be damaged after that. So that's still good. Okay, c4, let's kick the knight. Bishop f4, knight f6 can be moves. Okay, my bishop is under attack. We can take it, right? Let's bring b1 because also it would be blunder maybe. The knight could jump on c2 square at the time. Let's check, and he has to take, which I will respond for take, and we have this passed pawn here. I will try to give it and create some threats here like bishop c2 and a4. Maybe if I trade the bishop and play knight a5, I can push it forward one time, and then we will see. Okay, he took that. I have to take that. I will try this immediately. Let's see how this can work. Knight a5, just that will be pawn fork. The knight on f3 would do great job here. Maybe because why he sacrificed that? I don't trade it, sorry. Let's protect that square. So he can't jump if he can jump anyway, but after this trade I can just push one more time and that should be okay. Let's lose a pawn here, because after this trade a7 will be a little bit weak. If I take that should be good for me. Even let's open this b5. That's under attack. Okay, he's trying to take that bishop. He can go f4, and if my bishop back, take that pawn, but I don't think that should be the right idea, because his pawns will be very weak, and I will try to take after this, and then f4 would be hang. I'm not sure he's trying that or not, but I will trade and I will open this h5 for me. Let's go bishop back and trade the rooks, yes? Now d6 isn't protected. Okay, the knight would under attack. But that's attack anyway, because I am attacking with two pieces over here. And I'm preparing for open check. like this. Okay, he's threatening mate. Let's protect from it. We could also took that, but I would make a new queen and I would win anyway. Let's play rematch with him. Okay, now I have this a5 move. a3 won't work. Okay, c3 will work, why not? Let's play knight f6 to get just some development here. Now that's really under attack. d6, I will get this trade. Okay, let's do this. He's up a pawn here, but my position is quite active. Let's just castle here. Let's open attack, let's go back. Anyway, we have this nice a5 which will help us in that endgame. Knight d3, he have to castle as soon as possible. Because if check, he has to go king on f1, if not, just I would bring my bishop there. And after even this trade, okay, I won't lose that, but maybe he was protecting about that too. Now that's protected. Maybe that was missed by him, I'm not sure. This is hanging, right? No, I was down a pawn, but now I take 2 pawns. That's 2 pawns, and now I want a pawn here. See how much you need some activation, and somehow it's really good then just pawn up or even figure up some positions. Trade. I would lose a marker there, right? Let's take the rook and okay, the bishop is under attack, and after that I will take the knight. Or not. I'm not sure about this move, but anyway, let's try. d5 is a move. If he takes the pawn, that will be made from f3. And he's protecting. Oh, that's with a check, right? Can we take that pawn? Rook d1 won't work, because that's forking, that figures. Can I take with a9? I think yes, because he has a left square bishop that will attack on my knight, and because of king, take that. That should be the only move. If he takes the knight, rook will be hanged. That will be okay. I'm up 2 pawns and his king side is very bad. That's why you need to prepare for this endgames. My pawn structure is really good in king side. If it's not been good, he would just try to to attack me on kingside and completely discalculate this pawn, he would think that he would sacrifice the bishop, that he should be okay in this position. That's why you need to think about endgames one move before you moving. Let's take this pawn. I'm trying to mate him from c3 square, the only way to protect this bishop b4. But that's mate. He would blunder the bishop, but he would take the pawn on b2. Well, we won this. Let's play e4. Okay, the pawn is under attack. Let's defend and knight c3. Okay, that's first. Really fast play from him. I have to take or not? Let's bring it e4, because I don't wanna try that really good bishop and destroy my kingside pawn side. Let's attack on his queen, and now my position is very good here. f4 is a move or not? I think not really. My bishops are doing great job here, I don't wanna trade. Just let's go back. I will try to use it after some moves that I will prevent my position. Okay, let's trade c3, try to pick his figures here. Bishop d4, right? Knight is under attack. That's very important to activate this king. You change your name and profile. Yes, I changed it. I think that should be the right idea, because Magnus Carlsen, I think, is a really famous, and very much people will search and find me on YouTube. I think that's okay, yes? What are you thinking about that? Okay, let's play this move. I can try to bring my king on this center of the board. Okay, that's under attack, so we can protect this a3 pawn. a4 is a move, but after he will take this b4, this is hanging. I damaged his pawn structure, and mine is damaged too. This is hanging. I'm down a pawn, but I think I will return this, because this knight is very tricky. Let's take h6 pawn first, because we can bring it g3, bishop back, and that will be fork. Okay, let's fork now, and after he will take that a4, g6 will be hanging. Farid Nasser, how's your chess career going? Are you improve your chess or not? A little bit. You reached that 200 rating? If yes, you did great job. Let's push this pawn forward. My time is very low, I will say. Oh, that's a move that I expected. Okay. Because of time, I understand very late. I could try to bring this pawn forward, then my king centralizing that queen side. Okay, that's still not bad. What are you thinking? I don't have to take. C4, right? Let's get this pin. D5, and we will take some advantage here, but he's not trading. Okay, he missed queen fork. See? Even 1700 players are blundering like 300 rated players. And he's even not resigning here. That's very unexpected. Some players are just resigning when they are losing a figure, the knight or even the bishop. I have really much respect for them. Let's take this. I would like to take this knight first, because that would disturb him from some ideas. And this pawn he gave me, that's very bad, I'm gonna say, for him. That doesn't giving him anything. This pawn will hang. Okay, not a problem here. Farid Nasser, I'm searching for moderator. Do you wanna be my moderator? Because when I'm doing my first stream, this is hanging. Bishop is hanging, because I will take the rook. Okay, finally he resigned. Really a little bit unexpected, I will say. What is it trying to do for that move? Okay, that was hanging. Not a problem. We should kick my figure after that. Let's just castle. Okay, he misses a fork. He is trying to be fast and not blunder his game because for time. That's somehow right idea, you know? I'm opening this file for my bishop and queen, which can work together and bring some win for me. And I think I'm losing this, right? Queen a5 maybe. How can I try to go forward? Let's first get out of this rook f6 and create this rook chain, right? Let's play another game here. We can also check from b5. Okay, not a problem. Let's take the queen and then the knight and castle. He has a little bit weaknesses here. I wish my queen was there, and because he has very much big squares, I will use it, and that should be win for me in 3 or 4 moves later. I would like to see her in this position. Let's offer trade here. I'm not sure that was a good move, but anyway. I'm up a pawn only here. I can try even to be in endgame. Why not? My bishop is doing great job here from g3 because somehow that will be in a huge attack in this position. Okay, very nice move. He's not giving me that advantage from rook on e5 there. Bishop h4 will attack on his piece. Okay, king e2, just f4. After this trade I would lose this pawn on g3. He was thinking about that, right? Let's check. And rook e7. I would like to bring my rook on 7th rank. That seems winning for me. Rook b8. After that I will play bishop g3. So there is no way he will protect that. And if he protects somehow, he will deactivate this rook from a8. But at that time, rook a6, I will take the bishop. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's get this pawn. I'm up 2 pawns, and that should be winning endgame for me. d4 or rook c7, and that's gonna be taken anyway. So let's play b3, and he still can't defend it. GG, I'm winning this. And another pawn, which will force to drop here. And somehow I'm up 4 pawns. Let's check, force his king to go back. That's mate. Okay, very intense battle here. Very good middle game played by him. He just played some inaccurate moves in this end game. That's why he lost. Okay, let's take and c4 white to kick that bishop. His knight isn't on f6, so let's castle, and I would like that when his knight isn't protecting that all that squares, so I will try to bring the queen over here, but I'm gonna say he's trying to do a long castle, so let's bring the rook on d1. Let's block this for his figures. Okay, let's trade that was hanging. a5 is a move here, he can take, I can't take it back, but that's can't be right somehow, you know. I will wait until he will take, because after this take I would lose this pawn on f3. Let's protect from this bishop, because this bishop is hitting on my position so hard. And even if the trade happens, just I will bring my queen on that diagonal. But let's trade, because queen a4, I will try to get this, and just that should be trade, and he will disturb me from that. Okay, now we are losing here, we lost the queen. Okay, he traded that. Some players are waiting for play h6 and trade that hand. a5 can be a move. That's why we have to go back. And even he's going for it now, because that's blocking my bishop, but I will try to f6 after the trade. Now my bishop is open again. If he takes this pawn on c5, not a problem. I will take it back with a queen. And let's bring my pieces out. That's still not under attack. What should I do? Rook c8. I will take this pawn on d4. Now let's take the knight, because if knight hits my bishop on d7, that pawn on e7 will be hanged after that. So let's not let him do that. Now d6 e6 is hanging. After this trade, he would have very bad pawns over here. So let's try to do that, why not? This is hanging, right? But why is he hanging pieces like that? This should be good. I'm not sure, but let's try. Knight e4. That will open the rook and attack this pawn on f2. Right? Am I missing something from here or not? I think that's still. Let's take. He hasn't any threat here. Maybe he can think to sacrifice the rook and queen g4 won't work, but if it and now let's take. That should be winning. Okay, and let's trade this. Here is and right. Okay. Not every player, even when the opponent is a really good player. I think the only way that's working here, c4 immediately, yes. After that c4, queen b3, a lot of players playing like that. Bishop c5, that pawn will gonna drop. I can't protect that, and even b5 won't work because he would have a really good bishop over that position. Knight d3, he would lose the queen here. Even rook d1 won't work, because I would win the rook from there. Okay, he missed the queen fork. GG. He is not resigning yet. Let's start to win him. What should I do here? Let's bring this out and offer some trade. If we trade his all active pieces, we should win here. That just he has a bunch of pieces here. That's a little bit hard to do that. Okay, and then let's trade the bishops. He's trading so happily, like he has the queen. And check. After f3, I will check on the another square. f5 can be moved right. To open his position, I will take with a rook. I should win this in after some moves. Let's see if it gonna work. Okay, he's blocking my queen's way. Let's bring another rook in the game. Well, after I have this check, king a1, I will take this pawn on f4. If f1, with queen f3, and that could be made. I will try this. After one move or even two, I will make him. Finally resigned. Very well played. Let's play e4 this time. Caro-Kann defense. Let's break it with Elliott Gambit. Let's trade the bishop's right, because his bishop was very active over there. He reactivates the bishop, now I can take, and this e6 is hanging. King g8 can be a good move, because after I will take this, the queen is under attack, and even the pawn on g7. Okay, another check. I have 3 pawns against this figure. That should be better even endgames. But my attack isn't over yet. b2 is hang, but after I will bring the rook. That should be hard position for play, you know. Maybe he hasn't to take that pawn. Queen f4, right? Let's protect this d4 pawn first. That should be right, I'm not sure. This c7 is hanging. Queen b6. And c5 and queen a5 will be only moved there. There is sign, but why? Just queen b6. What could I do in that position? He's not completely losing there, you know? Okay, what if d5? I don't think that's gonna work. There's e5, knight g4, and I would try to take that. e5, knight back. Just, he can even simply trade it, but he's not doing that. f6 and get some trade here. Okay, let's take with a knight, because my bishop is protecting some squares from queenside. This should be trade, and the bishop on c8 will be active after that. He's not taking back. Let's pin this from by the queen. Okay, only way that he will protect. Let's force him to take right. The knight will be hanged. I will trade. with a check. Not bad. After this trade, I will take the bishop first, because I would lose material over there if not take the bishop. Okay. That should be rook trade, right? His rook is hanging and mine is hanging too. Okay, I can take the rook because knight g6, there can be fork. The bishop isn't hanging because if he takes, that will be mate. If he tries to protect his rook, I will take on f2. So he chooses to bring the queen on h5 and plunder it. Let's try to play this. Really counter-attacking ideas here. There is no threat, so let's just activate the pieces over here. Maybe knight a5, yes. I will force him to take, because I have really good attack on this c4 pawn. Maybe b3 will be only move. Okay, even that can work. But this trade. Okay, he's giving me that pawn completely. Let's take with the rook and try to pin this, right? Queen d2 should be another nice move. Okay, let's play just rook c8. I would like to go bishop h6, try to use this open attack, but b5 will just force him to not to go there. Here takes. Yes, that can't be good for me. Let's just go back. After this trade, I can even take with a pawn. The knight is still protected. Let's not give this a7 pawn. Let's try to trade the knights. And now g2 is hanging. Okay, check and take this d4 pawn. Queen f3 to defend. This won't work because the knight would be hanged after that. Okay, what's the idea? Queen e3, yes. I will try to go h3. Okay, I said the plan is rook d7 and take control over it. So that's why we need to protect that square. What if b5? I don't know, let's first go g6 and we won't get back rank checkmate. Rook d7 is possible. Can I sacrifice the bishop here? Because after this check I will try to bring rook on a8. And that should be mate or not. I'm not sure, but let's do that. If he tries to protect, I will take this pawn on h3. Let's see how he gonna play this position. I think I should take this first and rook a1. Okay, I will try to overpressure that knight. Maybe that should drop. I'm losing the rook here, yes? Can I draw this position or not? That's completely losing, right? So let's resign. Let's play one more and maybe finish this. Let's play one a gambit if we can. Okay, he's playing Scandinavian defense, which is really good to protect all that king side. And let's protect it one last time. Okay, now our position is active. I will try to go d4, try to bring it over the center. And he don't need to let me take. Let's take and create isolated pawn with him too. Okay, this is the move. Let's bring the bishop here because that was under attack. We can also trade, yes. He is up a pawn here, but after rook c7, I will try to bring my pawns back. He's understanding that because via rook e7, but another pawn is under attack. If he tries to protect it like that, that won't work. So the only thing is that he can do to attack my pawns on king side, queen side. And even I'm gonna take a lot of pawns over here. But his plan is to push that pawn forward, right? I think the only way that I can go forward is to bring the rook is d1. And now that's still protected, I will push this pawn forward, offer trade here. Okay, now the c2 square isn't controlled, that's why you should learn endgames. I couldn't get closer, and because that he's down 2 pawns now. I'm not in a hurry, I want go g4, that should be risky move, I will say. He would try to take that, and he will be succeed for that, I think. Let's play rook a5 check, and if king d4. Okay, he's not playing that, so I can go closer in this pawn. Okay, another check. That's actually closed. Now I can't go near. What should I do? If he takes on f2, that should be winning for me. Can I trade the rooks? I will lose pawn on g5. Okay, he's not doing that. And that's why he will gonna lose that pawn. This is a move. Let's go back, give rook f2, f4. This position is winning for me. I have 1 minute. I think that's okay to win this, right? f5 is coming. I will check. That's what he can do in this position. But rook back, and that's all. Okay, see, I lost that pawn. So bad. Okay, I won on time. That's why you need to be fast. Let's end this stream. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.